Hi everybody, Silvino Edward Diaz here for EPGD Business Law and Starving Artist. Starving Artist is a comprehensive legal and business service that is specifically tailored for artists, creatives, creative entrepreneurs, and creative businesses, where we offer services based on a innovative subscription-based model. That way our clients get the certainty that they are going to be getting the advice and counsel that they need, but it also offers them the guarantee that they're doing so on the budget that they need to be taken care of. So I wanted to spend some time with you once more to discuss a few of the issues that have been on your minds, and this video I wanted to dedicate it particularly to my music artists. And I wanted to speak about the dream team for the emerging music artist. If you're starting a music career, if you are undergoing your music career and it is growing, then you are sure to know that you can't do it alone. But obviously, sometimes we do not have the budget, we do not have the time and resources to have everything that we need at our disposal every minute. However, there are a few hacks and a few simple tools and keys that you can use when getting together a group of people that are going to be there for you. And I wanted to stress particularly 4 key players in the emerging artist toolbox that are going to help you and that each fit a very specific type of role that you need to be taken care of. And as you know, you can't do everything alone. If you're going to do everything alone, you're going to spread yourself too thin and you won't get done what you need to get done, which is creating music and putting it out there. So let's start with the first. Number 1, and most important, is your manager. The manager is the person that knows you the most, has the closest relation to you, and most importantly, he or she is the person that is handling the day-to-day operations of the business. If you are the artist, what you want to make sure that you do is that you are being inspired, creating, and making the best potential creative product that you can put out there. And that means that you have to be focused on your muse, focused on your creations, focus on what it is that is driving your creative product. So that means that you may necessarily not have the time, the patience, or the effort to put in to the other areas that need to be taken care of, particularly on the management side, like for example, reading contracts, making sure that you're making calls to shows and venues and labels and distributors and investors, making sure that you're answering the phone and answering emails and texts and getting in contact when it comes to producing music videos, for example, that you're getting the talent ready, that all the writers and all the releases are signed and executed, that everyone's good to go, that you get insurance, that you get location, that you get every and all the little tiny minutia nuanced details that you need for the business operation to run. So that's the manager. The manager needs to take care of those particular items, and that person needs to know you because you have a particular style. And if the manager doesn't know you, if the manager doesn't have a very close personal relationship with you, it's going to be very hard for he or she to know what the goals are. So make sure that you hire or that you retain someone in your team that is someone who knows you, that is someone who you can count on, but knows what they're doing. The manager needs to eat the streets, eat the road, and be there every day. If you have a manager that's giving you half the time, 1/3 of the time, that perhaps has other clients and other businesses going on, you want to make sure that your manager is dedicating most of his time to you, because if not, it's not going to work out. Second person that you need on your team is a videographer and photographer. Ideally, you want to have 2 people to do this, but sometimes you can't count on 2 people doing these 2 roles. So preferably, you want to have one person that is an expert on video and on photos, because as an artist and in this digital and informatic world, we need to be putting our content out there all the time, because otherwise people are going to forget that we're out there. So you want to be making sure that you've got good photo shoots, that you got good content, good behind the scene footage, good documentary footage, interviews, and most importantly, music videos and other professionally made and elaborated content, because otherwise you're going to fall through the wayside. So you want to have someone that is constantly providing you with nice shots and active shots of who you are, so they can take a look at your lifestyle, so they can see how great you are physically, because success in music business is much about the music, but it's also about the visuals and how you communicate your lifestyle with everybody else. Similar to the videographer and the photographer is the graphic designer. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you're gonna have someone and you're gonna be able to find someone that fits these roles all into one. Not only is he or she a videographer and a photographer, but they also can make and elaborate graphic design content. Graphic design content is anything from show flyers and posters to the cover of your album or EP, artworks. They are making different reminders. They're helping you out with your viral content if you're doing so. So graphic design is a lot about establishing your brand. You want to make sure that you have your colors and your logos and your brand guidelines going, because otherwise it's going to look cheap. You want to have a graphic designer that takes care of the way that your visual communication is being managed, and that has to work hand in hand with the videographer and the photographer as well. But it's another set of skill sets, so you're not always going to find them both in one. And then finally, this is also a very, very, very important part of your music career, is your producer. Sometimes artists, they write, they sing, they record, they master, and they do everything all themselves. So they're a one-man band or a one-woman band. But most of the times that's not the case. Most of the times you won't be able to manage or master all of these different aspects. And even if you do, you want to have a second opinion out there telling you, listen, you know, I like the sound, I don't like the sound, this can sound better, this needs a little more polishing. So you want the opinion of a trusted music producer that is there with you at the studio on all parts of the production, so that you have a second ear, an expert ear. You don't have to count on yourself so much to do that, or even so, having to learn it all at once, which may be a little daunting. So I want to leave you with those 4 details. Keep in mind what your dream team is for your music career. You want a manager, you want a videographer and photographer, you want a graphic designer, and you want a music producer. Obviously, there are more roles out there. There's a public relations manager, there's potentially an attorney or an accountant or a business and financial analyst. So there's a whole bunch of roles that we can be talking about. But if you're starting out, if you consider yourself an emerging talent, you want to keep an eye out for these 4 categories and make sure you're doing it right. And if you want to do it even better, keep us in your loop. Starving Artists, the subscription services for artists and entertainers and creatives. We're there with you. We're going to give you the consultation and the services that you need to pull yourself through. So keep in mind, Starve Artists. You can follow us at Starve Artists online on all our social media, or go to our website, starveartist.com or EPGDlaw.com. This is a service that is brought to you by EPGD Business Law. I'm Silvino Edward, and thank you very much for being with us.